Mr. Lynch, knives. How will be knife? Never. These are simply, 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 then it's it's October, it's October 19th. 2025 and it's a Sunday evening, so yeah, it seems at the moment totally clear. It's kind of changing, and it also now it's early. Yes, it's really afternoon, practically it's noon and 47. 21 gradi 22 Celsius, inizialmente it's really soft, like this video it's soft gadget for so avuto to spring video so strawards of 4 SEO because on the effect Jan turned 4 years last 2017 second così also last summer year really 4 years with the boards as perhaps following me in last summer I think on body and also that few weeks ago we entered in YouTube also for YouTube now 4 years with the boards but obviously not for the last 2 seasons spring and winter because in this sense still 3 years because indeed that in this case still 3 years perhaps non remember think about it poi cioè io poi di I'm sure that I said everything so se mi trovo a proposito perché ti piace 100 se mettono per così but for me and then it's no integration also for the winter spring and summer stuff for winter so adjective for the summer the adjective for the spring the adjective soft once again for the summer the adjective hot sometimes in general for the seasons and as again in English that is for me also I think it's that absolutely incomplete in this case surely because it's a passage from summer to autumn also but all definitive last change of temperature is after the last 2 to 3 weeks now the it's a bit change in the place that with that also means the same temperature in Greece so the sum of these things make a pleasant situation so at least at least for me so people from a later I think will not because it's difficult from a later yes but this depends on them in general for me also in stile not as cut in general for sure so I think just for it's really beautiful artistic can be some things gli FM finché 3 per si dice a repeat dice si fuori senti ma anzi cosa fare nel 22 io pure andiamo a sfida ci vedi si fuori today yeah it's beautiful adesso ne vieni sono video mi cosa sti bianchi passi fatti ti ci chiamato now vabbè now using as now are for later and so first set now for the same I'll sing for the Neapolitan classical song now sulle mie because this thing it's became a bit of a bind during last summer so I'm not remember think about it vabbè so mia, affronta te, sola mia, s'affronta me, s'affronta te, in si chiede s'affronta me, s'affronta te. Yes, discussing with Sunshine, fact, and I think is Sunshine will be not beautiful but sublime, in sense, in fact, even if it's easy to repeat these things for later, it's possible di leggere tutti questi magari aspettando senza dire ne video, c'è giusto forse 6 secondi, perché arrivi bene non freno, le vediamo farada. 5 hours and 30 minutes maximum. Sono less in comparison with American history. È completely finished nulla. Well, so means mi dico se cortini ho fatto un stanamento verso di Roma and if for a period during the last summer there was the fourth cortine, it was the new since last June 2nd. Now with the green because we do the green flowers and you wear long flowers mixed between the plants. Now there's once again third cortine for the think as for the fact that I don't exactly idea unfortunately in this case, but since a few days and I think because it's a cortine more indicated for the winter period, for the cold period. And so in fact this is I remember that in fact the only difference in these curtains is the color of the flowers, because the color of the previous, it was the fourth, was green, and this is just before. The color of the second was red, the color of the first one was pink, and the color of this, if it's not pink, it's similar. I don't know if you know that. I'm not sure that better mi si shot. Batto la successione del room, quindi non mi ricordo, insomma, sopra di insomma diversi anni. Le months most years, consecutive years, were legal story. In fact, in sense, it's content code from it. So I think the roof for fact that we security reading and so on diversi mangiare. Le months are also the same, but the best, but when there isn't, also when there is, but more when there is, because the effective measure, also the percentage statistics, at also know is a better reason for me, it's until any shot, at the consequence, I think la seconda uscita di attività, sono seguite also in general, sono seguite also always better reason for me, it's entity, certo, questa cosa meglio certo. E infatti, qualche io PG, scritto di fare also si che si meglio, certo. Va, questo è molto più, lasciamo le borse e se vedi che ora sono per me sono solo myself, posso basket, and finally, io le at breakfast, today's late in genere, non sono massive, come si dice, late in informazione, non importa se si farei fondere con le decisioni, se sarà fintare che si mette, stato vita fintare, in parte metti, tre con le seghe, se me ne su search per the repeat, ma tu lo sai che le sono massive. It's just really obviously just really cool, 47 minutes. But, mi pretendo che ci stiamo che me o su dei forti non so, a Miami. Io sì. E che sono mi devo fuori. Assolutamente. Sono senza animazione che posso venire. E se si scende più da me, le pira, se fosse lo conto ecco the razor, but razor on Friday, but I really do it one time, so any time I check what I say to you, I need to precisely which starts to say things where often is a short, but so you can see new it's a joke because we talking about things about they did most 1 year. But at the time was new shots, my favorite biscuits are more beautiful combos and biscuits and seeds. I think one of my things that the kind of stuff I shock because it's or other cookies with chocolate chips or chips chocolate. I fatto mistake, non so se fai biscuits con Mr. Ninja, ma sei artico. Altri things si vede, lì si fa sto, ma te mi fatto un shot, non è che ti trovo così. Ma tu sai su io cosa fa così da un shot fa con il tizio. Delle shot and yes. Even if last I think that Monza so che should be time, vabbè, repeat because I know that there was so much quick fish and nowadays once again it's I think because we wrote it once again I think since was 58 days away so I also see as I lost the count and so I know that much quick so we brought it once again and I read so I pattern inserted it once again the milk sorry with the news and within this also affecting as a breakfast allora a bomba si in particolare mega bomba Vanif obviously ossia chiesa se gioco si last video because we're talking about most of so I'm referring to the first period just to see things in some way also, we also can say that in general English breakfast was a bomb and second thing was about CS and if Arabius is Conad in the CS mi sa sempre preso position cos'è? The preso position for me era bam in the CS così a due quando io because they are really super bad. Adesso tomorrow suppose to fare perché non ti trovo la prima sì. Repeat and if it's not visible, now you see these things for later. In an hour practically, maximum an hour and 10, 20, 15 minutes. So the fact that it's will be surely supplies a sharing and sense si possono anche visto che esiste once again